welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Rygal. How you holding up, brother?
Pretty good, man. I got hot fast in the Northeast.
Ooh, yeah, it's finally cooling down here, at least.
Yeah, it actually just rained. It was like one of those spot cloudbursts.
Yes.
So it's cooled off quite substantially. There's a breeze now. It feels freaking amazing.
Yeah, because I don't know what it's supposed to be up there, but it's supposed to be like 65 here tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta go back and forth in Brooklyn tomorrow, so I'll be in a car all day.
Hey, well then you got good weather. You won't, be like sweating to death.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, man, because I was Wednesday night at an indie show, the little dojo we go to, and it was jam-packed in there, and I think I lost 5 pounds from sweating.
There you go.
That's the easy way to do it.
Every little bit helps.
Absolutely, dude. All right, well, let's get into it this week. What were your thoughts on Monday Night Raw?
I skipped past most of it. I'm just not really interested in what they're doing. Anything. Just another boring show that it's just like they booked for that week.
Yeah, I can agree with that. There's a couple head scratchers. The one that I specifically remember is Alicia Fox beating Sasha Banks.
Yeah, that was like
who did
what
she
are they
piss
doing?
off?
Yeah, she's like the best. For a while, she was like the best worker on the roster, period, let alone, male or female.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's a head scratcher. You're damn right.
I will say I really did enjoy the match with Ambrose and The Miz. Just, how do I want to say it? I understand why they finished it the way they did, but it was just like, okay,
I don't even remember the finish.
Dean kicked Miz in the balls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Other than and it basically just set up the match, for them at the Raw pay-per-view. I think it's Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
I lose track with it because now there's like a pay-per-view every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or a special event or whatever the fuck they call them now.
I mean, and I'm grateful for it, but why the fuck is there a takeover for...
For Chicago.
Yeah, for like an off-brand...
That's a weird one.
Other than they happen to be in a marquee city.
That's the only
thing.
That's the only thing I could think as to why.
Yeah, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm all for more takeover specials. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm wondering, is this the start of something new?
Right. Because usually they just have them at the Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Mania.
Yeah.
I will say this, dude. Roman Reigns' match with Finn Balor was fantastic.
Yeah, I really have no complaints. I mean, look, Roman can go.
Right, I just especially enjoyed that one for some reason. Like Balor made him really look good.
I don't think it's just Balor making him look good. I think Balor's a good worker, and he makes himself look very good. And then Roman always puts up good matches.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Where if you put him with the right person, he's going to put on good to great matches.
Yeah, I mean, the right story has to be told. I mean,
right.
I mean, him and Braun put on pretty decent matches.
Their match right before Mania really surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, it's for two really big guys. I mean, Braun's fucking huge. And green, and they still had a great match. I mean, he's had great matches with just about everybody across the board.
Yeah.
I can't remember a bad Roman Reigns pay-per-view match.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. Where it's unwatchable.
Now, whether or not I want him to face of the company, that's a completely different story. But I'm going to give the guy his just desserts. I mean,
Oh yeah.
he's not
Now
terrible.
I want your thoughts on this about Goldust turning heel.
I went to bed, so I didn't see a lot of it, and I woke up in the morning, and it says WWE superstar turns heel. It's a picture of Goldust hitting R-Truth, and I was like, really?
See, like I've always been a big fan of Goldust, but it's like I don't really know what you can do with him at this point in his career.
Alright. Yes, but I want to tweak that a little bit if you let me. I don't know what they'll let him do at this point in his career. Do I think he could have another run with Goldust? Possibly. I mean, he's in better shape than half the guys. So, I mean...
Shit, he's in better shape than me.
Well, he's in a lot better shape than a lot of the roster. I mean, like, if they really gave him a go as Goldust, I don't think it would be a colossal failure. I mean, I think they could still do it. They just wouldn't because he's old.
Right, I agree with you because I actually think now, as time has gone on, that character, when it came out at the time, was so different, like, and innovative. And if people didn't get, like, super offended by it at the time, he might have actually had a run with the world title back in, like, 95, 96.
But you know what? Goldust made his career, though. He would have had a 95-96 Rumble, but run. Where would he be now?
That's true.
Granted, yes, it probably would have meant the world to have a run, but to have this legacy now, I mean, who was to say he would have stayed?
That's very true. Did you see the main event of Raw?
You're gonna have to refresh my memory on what
Wyatt
it was.
and Rollins.
I watched parts of it.
I thought it was solid. I mean,
yeah, I didn't think it was a bad match at all.
No, I mean, you're usually going to get a good match from Seth Rollins. He very rarely has bad matches.
Yeah, and then Bray's another one. Like Bray, you're always going to get a good match out of Bray.
I noticed, and it's probably because of the era Bray Wyatt is in right now. The way he wrestles would be over so much more if he was in the 90s, I think. The reason I say that is he seems to do, and it's probably because of his bloodline, less is more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he makes every move mean something.
Yeah, he wrestles a lot like Randy Orton does.
Yeah.
Randy Orton is the definition of that.
But he's actually interesting to watch.
Oh, I mean, I'm not a big Randy Orton fan, but, I mean, you ask anybody, like, they'll tell you how fucking fantastic of a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, like, it's not my style, but, you want to learn wrestling, you watch a guy like Randy Orton wrestle. You learn the psychology.
Yes.
The problem is that he wrestles that way well, and it doesn't work for a fucking babyface. So when they try to give him babyface runs, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
because he wrestles that slow, methodical, psychological pace.
Yeah, and it kind of like, I guess you would say, falls flat.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be like, for a better term, because I always said he's a better heel by far.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of Randy Orton, we'll sidetrack for a little bit. Did you see the thing he put up? I think I sent it to you on social media about the independents.
Well, that was in the middle of it. What you sent me was the middle. Do you know how it started?
It was from I want to say someone like Rip Rogers.
Yeah, Rip Rogers had posted something, and I think Randy had shared it.
Okay, my bad. I should have sent you the original. I wasn't aware.
Well, and then Bubba around the same time said he posted a picture of his fat ass flying. He looked like the Hindenburg falling.
Yes, that's true.
And with no idea that Rip had sent this out like that. This was a thing that was out, like, just put it out there. And that if he wanted to, like, if he had something to say to Randy, he would have just said it.
Yeah. And then he angered a lot of independent wrestlers.
Yeah, well.
In the process. I gotta say, though, I don't know if you saw the photo. Hats off to Drew Gulak for being smart about it, or maybe they told him to do it. I don't know. But he got a picture with Randy Orton right after that happened with his sign with the no-fly zone.
Oh, boy.
And everyone's like, oh, how could Drew do that? He used to be on the Independents. And I'm like, oh, my God. I think you don't understand that it's fucking character, man. Just subtle little things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a big thing where I get a bunch of independent guys like commented on it, like Ricochet, and I can't remember all who else, but it was quite a few. But I look at it like this, and I don't know how you feel. There's something for everyone in wrestling if you like wrestling. Not everybody's gonna like the same thing. Like, you might like chocolate ice cream, or I might like strawberry ice cream, but at the end of the day, you all still like ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that analogy.
Yeah, because I've heard guys say that before, and I was like, that's the perfect way to explain it. There's a little bit for everybody, so there's no need to friggin' bash on, one segment of the, audience that you might not particularly like. Just kind of have respect for everyone.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Lance says in our chat he actually saw Rip Rogers fight the Dynamite Kid live when he was like 10.
Holy shit.
That had to be cool. Now, let me switch gears here over to SmackDown. What did you think of SmackDown's go-home show?
I like what they I can't believe that they put Jinder over. Let me just say that.
I was fine with it because the way they did it. It wasn't that he necessarily beat AJ Styles clean, as I use my fingers in quotation marks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, how could they let Jinder win? I was like, didn't you see what happened? Kevin Owens hit him. It furthered along their feud.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. And they had a good match. I mean, for God's sake, AJ Styles could have a good match with a broom.
Yeah. I would like to see that one day. AJ Styles.
If Kenny Omega can wrestle, like a 9-year-old girl, and
he wrestled a fucking blow-up doll and made it amazing.
Yeah, I was just getting there, and it was over the top, awesome. I love, and I know some people don't like it, and I'm gonna say this, like, when wrestling fans, some of them have become so fucking jaded, where it's like wrestling is supposed to be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say this, and I think you might feel the same way. I think the vignette, like Law and Order spoofs that they're doing with Breeze Dango are fucking hilarious.
Oh, I think they're amazing.
Like, the one they did this past week had me crying laughing, where Tyler Breeze is the guy undercover, and he sinks back in, and Fandango has to snap him out of it. You've been too far under, man.
Yeah, they're so over the top.
Yeah, that's what makes it funny.
Yeah,
especially when
you
they
gotta
were
have a sense of humor.
Yeah, especially when they were in London and did the spoof over there.
it's humor without somebody laughing at somebody. Like, you're not making somebody stupid. Like, you're letting somebody be funny instead of the funny be at somebody's expense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like it because it's allowing them to show off their personality.
What WWE needs, though, is, like, the perfect example of complete opposites, but the way it should be done, is Dalton Castle.
Yes.
If you look at him, I mean, he comes out, he's very flamboyant. A closed-minded person would have a whole bunch of derogatory things to say. But you go and, like, I mean, like, you watch him wrestle and you see he works. I mean, like, you know, he could take a beating, he could give a beating. He doesn't wrestle like you would picture an effeminate person to wrestle.
And he basically wins the people over.
He's loved. He's one of the most over acts in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
In mark-heavy territories.
Oh, yeah. What I was going to say is, I kind of hope they let Breezango have a run with the belts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it would be different. I don't think they... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I don't know if it's going to happen this pay-per-view, but the fans are really starting to get behind them.
That and the Usos haven't done anything.
That too. Well, their promos the last 2 weeks are weird.
That was uber violent this week, talking about prison, and I was like, what are they doing?
Like, remember last week, it was like the, where like, you have, and this is what it reminded me of, where you had the one guy say, yeah, I'm going to kick your ass, and then like the next guy, after you say it, go, yeah! You know what I mean? Like, basically agree to like everything the first person said.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, I could dig that though. If they did something, they just have them come out. Like, I like the Samoan gangster look.
Yeah. No, it was just funny the way they did it. It was just.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah, I can't take this seriously. It was just funny.
No, I enjoyed their promo this week.
No, this week was like you said. You're like, whoa, talking about like prison and all this like crazy shit. You're like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, no, I like this week's promo a lot.
Hey, they're trying different things. I can't be mad at them for that. You know what I mean? At least they're trying to build new stars. And like Lance said, I'm gonna get this trending worldwide on Twitter. Team Urban Toughies.
Team Urban Toughies. There we go.
Oh man. I will say this though, the main event on SmackDown almost put me to sleep. It was Orton and Corbin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like,
I don't know what to say about that.
Oh yeah, I was just like, ew. And then, the contract signing is what it is.
Fucking Ellsworth. I can't anymore with him.
I mean, I'm happy for him that he's got like this little run and stuff, but I agree with you. It's like, I'm done.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, enough is enough.
Make it stop.
Yes, stop.
Well, at least
order now.
At least he's not wrestling. I will say that.
I'd rather him be wrestling.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know. Maybe he can work. I mean, but like to have him as
a mouthpiece.
A fucking. Yeah, that shit's like fucking corny as shit.
Alright, Lance said that the Orton-Corbin match was a NyQuil on a pole match.
Yeah, man.
They're just two very... How do I want to say this? Because I don't want to say boring, but they're just like two very deliberate guys, and it's just... You're like, ugh.
They both wrestle slow paces.
It kind of reminds me of when Orton wrestled Sheamus, and those matches fucking killed me.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against them because they're talented in the ring. It's just not for me.
You know, I understand completely.
Well, no, because some people say, "Oh, you hate on them." Like, no, I just don't care for them.
No, I know Randy is great. I have no interest in,
Yeah.
most of the stuff he does. Yeah, there's some people I like to see him in there with, but the idea of Randy Orton wrestling does absolutely nothing
Yeah,
for
it does
me.
not excite me in any sense of the word. All right, dude. Did you see 205 live this week?
No.
Because I sent you, when you said you weren't sure, I sent you the matches they had.
Yeah, I figured you could cover that because I could do my best to do NXT because I just saw it today. I
you're
don't
good.
remember the order of things.
They had Noam Dar against Gran Metalik, who I was asking where the hell he was, and they had a fantastic match. Which I, wouldn't expect any less from those two guys. But the thing that surprised me, it must be they're giving him a little push. Noam Dar beat him clean.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, he was working on, I think it was his arm or his shoulder through the whole match, and something happened, with his shoulder to cause him to, be vulnerable and eventually lose. So I guess that's not technically clean, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah, that's clean. But I know what you mean, though.
Mustafa Ali was supposed to fight Tony Nese, but was a no contest because Drew Gulak came out and beat the dog shit out of him when he was coming down the ramp.
Oh, boy.
And Austin Aries and TJP was the main event, which was good, but we've seen it before. And Austin Aries wins by submission. Yeah, it's just they got to switch it up. It was cool to see Metalik back on. That was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's just I can't believe Neville still has the title.
I know. I didn't think he would still have it, but what the hell do I know? Now, you said you did see NXT. I actually just finished watching it earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that they reintroduced Daria Baronetto as
Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
Where she beat up on Lacey Evans.
Yeah, that's a fucking stupid gimmick.
She's almost like a MMA kind of gimmick.
Oh no, I meant Lacey Evans and her stupid gimmick. No, I could get behind this gimmick. I mean, because it's legit.
Yeah, I don't really understand or get what her gimmick is, Lacey Evans.
She's former military, and she's dressed like a 1950s military officer.
Okay, see, because I was skimming, so I must have missed when she came out. Okay.
Oh no, that's what my guess is, but they say from Paris Island, and she's supposedly really a former Marine, so...
Oh, this is the one that's only had, not even a year's worth of training.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mm-mm. That's silly that they would throw her on television when she's that fucking green. You know what I mean?
No, I agree fully.
Drew McIntyre wrestled Sean Maluda. That was a quick one.
Yeah,
but it was a good terrible.
But no, I mean, Maluda served his purpose for the night.
He's actually, I've seen him on the Independents and talked to him. He's a really good worker.
I think Eric knows his family.
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
I think so. I think Eric said his mother works with his mother.
Yeah, he's a good dude. In the main event, they had Cassius Ono and Sienna Olmos.
Yeah, again, neither of them do anything for me. Like I really wasn't excited to see Chris Hero back. Like, I was never on the Chris Hero train. Never. I was never a fan.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything. I guess you would say that would like keep your interest.
No, when he was in, yeah, no, neither of them interested me much.
Right. Well, we had talked about this. You said, like you had said that, NXT's kind of just blah to you right now.
Yeah, look, the whole thing with Roderick Strong. I don't care.
Oh, he was much better on the independents. They've really limited what he could do.
Well, I just they took so many guys away from the independents, and there's only so much that they can do with them. And so now, the independents have to keep making up these new guys, and it's just right. We're stuck with the Roderick Strong that we have.
Yeah. And my thing is, it's and I get this feeling from a lot of independent people that I talk to, they don't want to go there now. And it's not, I shouldn't say they don't want to go to WWE, because a lot of people, that's the be all end all, that's the dream, you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
But they are just so overloaded with talent that there's only so many spots for people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like it was back in the 80s where you had so many huge guys Jake Roberts and the $1 Million Man and all these other, and there's only so many spots for world champions. Or
even talent.
Yeah.
Or even just a spot for talent.
Yeah. I mean, you get where I'm coming from. It's just they've basically gobbled up all the Ring of Honor talent like they usually do, because you'd probably say half of their roster is from Ring of Honor at one point or another.
Yeah.
I mean, not that that's a bad thing. That's what they do.
No, it's not like because it's different saying a guy like Daniel Bryan, because they didn't recruit Daniel Bryan. I mean, Daniel Bryan tried to go there.
Exactly.
Some guys, yeah, absolutely, they straight recruited, but then there are other guys who just happen to do their time there. I mean, saying with Kevin Owens. I mean, he wasn't some prize rookie. He was a guy who put his time in and waited and waited and waited and waited. I don't consider them raiding him. Yeah. No, they finally signed him after 15 years.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Plus, I think, and this is just my personal opinion, with New Japan getting ready to run their first show in the States later on this year, and them pledging that they're going to actually open up a training dojo over here next year, WWE is starting to get a little nervous.
You think so? Because they're still already so far behind them.
I don't know. To me, that seems like how Vince would be. He would be paranoid like that.
I don't know, because their numbers are minuscule. They only made $2 million. Because I just read a report. They made $2.7 million in profit last year.
But they don't run very many shows, though, do they?
No, but they made $2 million in profit last year.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's crazy. Well, that's crazy when you think about it, considering the talent they have.
I mean, the shows brought in, I think, $27 million, but then if you think about what you have to pay out, their gross total was a little over, I think it was $2.7 million.
Right, because Okada's got a ridiculous contract. I know that. They're paying him a lot of money.
Yeah, WWE made something like $600 million.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I mean, bro, they're not even like in the bottom 1%.
That's
I
crazy.
yeah, but I don't know how much. It's probably like $300 million profit.
Either way, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I forget. It was on the thing today, but it's minuscule. They're in the bottom percentage compared. Um, they only have 50,000 subscribers to New Japan World. Only 10,000 of them are outside of the states. I mean, are outside of Asia.
Yeah.
But they get 200,000 people a week watching on Access here in America every week.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't even have access, so I'll have to pirate. So that's what I'll probably do for that, because I really want to check their shit out. Because I told you when I watched Wrestle Kingdom, I was like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I could probably find you all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt. Alright, now, I wanted to run through the cards for TakeOver and Backlash and get your thoughts on the excuse me, the thoughts on the matches.
All right.
They actually just announced this one, I think. It was either one day this week or they might have did it last night, or excuse me, not last night, 2 nights ago for NXT. Roderick Strong versus Eric Young.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think Roderick's going to lose.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way, and then the other part of me feels like, well, they did all these like things about who is Roderick Strong, so it's like I don't know if they'll just let him lose after all that, but
I have a feeling it's going to be Eric Young fucking with him and like they did this whole series to build on the angle.
Okay, I could see that. All right.
Then maybe I can be invested in Roderick Strong if they're gonna do something like intricate like that. That they did this whole special thing only for him to be like in a situation. Can he be corrupted by, evil Eric Young?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that would really work. All right. After that, we have Tyler Bate defending the UK belt against Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne all day.
I know you love Pete Dunne.
They changed his fucking music, and I'm very upset.
Yeah, I get a Facebook message, everyone, about 45 minutes to an hour before we go live with a big no.
Yeah, they fucking changed his music. It's not the same one he was using. Which leads me to think that they really are going to do something with him. Because why would they change his music if they let him keep it for the first one? If they weren't going to.
I'll go with Pete Dunne. Either way, it's going to be a fantastic match because they'll give him time.
See, I don't know who has what influence in England, so I don't know who would do more for the belt over there.
Right, yeah, we'd have to ask, Dean or some of the other UK people for that. But either way, if they have time, they'll have a fantastic match.
Yes.
If this match still happens, the Authors of Pain defending their titles against DIY in a ladder match.
Why wouldn't it still happen?
Ciampa got hurt last night at a house show.
Oh shit.
He rolled his ankle. Coincidentally doing a dive.
Oh jeez.
So they're like unsure if he's going to be able to go. But he says he is, but it's all basically up to the medical staff if they'll clear him.
And it's a legit injury, it's not just storyline?
Yes, it's legit.
Okay.
I thought
that's always my first question.
Match anyway, because to have the Authors of Pain, who are two huge men, messing with ladders.
Unless they weren't going to have them do a lot of ladder spots. I mean, you can do
That too.
I mean, it just depends on how, I mean, I would trust somebody like Ciampa and Gargano to, I don't even know how to put it.
Keep them safe, basically.
Not just that, but have a specialty kind of specialty match.
I know what
like
you're saying.
where like here we want you to have a ladder match where basically you're the ones who are doing the ladder spots, and the Authors of Pain are very limited to what they have to do regarding the ladder until whatever finish happens, and then they take a big bump. Or
that would make sense.
I mean, just they could do stupid things just to delay time and the beginning. They don't have to. You just put on a good match.
Yeah, I can agree with that. All right.
Play the whole match that they don't want to go up the ladder, that they just want to beat them up.
Yeah, that could work. All right, next we have Asuka defending her title against Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross.
Asuka, I think.
Yeah. I originally thought Ember Moon was going to win the title here, but with her injury now, Asuka retains.
Yeah, I think they want Ember Moon to be the one to dethrone Asuka.
Well, and they could have done it in this match because it would have been a fatal four-way where Ember Moon won the belt but never actually pinned or submitted Asuka, so she could say, I never was really beaten. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the main event tomorrow night we have is Bobby Roode defending his title against Hideo Itami.
I don't know, I kind of think that this is Itami's chance.
I
think
don't
they've
know.
wanted to give it to him for a while. He just kept getting fucking injured.
Yeah.
And they keep putting him right in the main event. So, I don't know.
To be fair, and it's no fault of his own. I just don't see it. I'm not really a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a big Itami fan either.
He's just, I guess it's because all the other guys I've seen in it, like from over in the Far East, and then he's just kind of okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from him, just not for me. I think Bobby Roode's going to keep it for some reason. I don't know why, but I think he's going to keep it.
All right.
And let's see here. Backlash. This one might be a rough one on Sunday.
Oh, fuck.
I hope not. The pre-show match we have is Ty Dillinger against Aiden English.
Ty Dillinger.
Yeah. Have you noticed what they've been doing with Aiden English?
I don't want to hear what Meltzer thinks. I know.
Yeah.
I know already. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, if he's just reading too much into things, looking for drama.
Yeah, who knows with him. But I will say this. I would never put it past WWE to do something like that.
Yeah, but
I can't say
know,
I can't say definitively that they would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes I think he just talks to get attention.
That's very possible too. And to get his name out there.
I don't know.
Yeah,
because I heard that and I'm like, I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I just wanted your opinion on it. All right, we have Luke Harper against Eric Rowan.
I hope they both. No, I hope Luke Harper, but I think they could do something with Eric Rowan.
Yeah, I don't get it because like Harper should be winning easily. This dude is like super talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. All right, Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn.
I think they're gonna put Baron Corbin over.
I do too, and that annoys me. 'Cause I'm a big Sammy fan.
Yeah, me too. I'm coming around on Corbin, but you know,
Yeah. I think this one here, Rygal, is the most obvious one of the night. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler.
I think Dolph Ziggler's gonna win.
Yeah. He's going to shock the world. No,
I don't know how much I'm joking.
What's
I
that?
can see WWE. I don't know how much I'm joking. I can see WWE doing some bullshit like that.
Yeah, that would really piss people off.
But no, I don't think he's going to. But I can see it. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. But I like how they've... I mean, granted, it's kind of been a little too long, but I like how they build it up to where, like, Nakamura is, like, a special attraction that you have to see.
Oh, I agree.
Like, that's what I really enjoyed. Next, we have Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky versus the Welcoming Committee.
I don't know. I have no clue what they're gonna do with that.
I really don't. I actually thought, and this is just like, I don't know why I just felt this way, that they could have, and it might catch people off guard, have Becky turn heel.
That's entirely possible.
I was, just a complete shot in the dark. I said, because the way things are going, I have a feeling like there's going to be a, as I call it, a wonky finish, and like maybe something's going to happen, and she could turn. I think it might be the best thing for her.
Yeah, I think she should be heel, just to try it out.
All right, this isn't wrestling related, but Lance wants to know: did you still want to do your football league, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Because he's the co-commissioner and he would set everything up, he said, if you wanted him to.
Yeah, I'm just debating whether or not I want to play this year. So, let me wait till after I come back from my wedding vacation to think about everything.
Get away from everything.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. That'd be a nice little break. What's it, 2 weeks?
Yeah, almost 2 weeks, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I need that.
I hear you, dude. All right, next we have Kevin Owens defending the U.S. title against AJ.
I think KO cheats to win, but I'm going KO.
Oh, you seriously started?
Sorry.
Yeah, I think KO wins too. Maybe he does the finger thing again, like to get out of the submission hold.
Do you realize that if Owens wins a tag title, he's a Grand Slam champion?
Already.
Yep.
And it's what? Not even 2 years?
Well, that's if you're going to count the Universal title. If you really want to be technical.
Yeah. But you know what I'm... Because he hasn't been on the main roster 2 years yet, has he?
No. Yes, maybe.
He might have just did. But, you know what I mean? He hasn't been up very long. Lance said he'll just message you later about it.
Alright, cool beans.
Next we have the Usos defending the straps against Breezango.
I'd like to see Breezango win.
I would too. But if they draw it out, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
No, that could work too.
Depending on how they do it.
They gotta let Breezango wrestle as a serious tag team, though.
Yeah, like they could be funny when they do those skits and stuff, but when it comes to being in the ring, they gotta be serious.
Yeah.
All right, and your main event for the pay-per-view this weekend. Randy Orton defending the WWE Championship against Jinder Mahal.
Don't hit the gender, man.
Yeah, we got to go with the Mazara.
Yes, man.
I honestly, and maybe it's just because I'm being a jerk, I wanted him to win to see all the Smarks tears.
I just want to see him win because I enjoy Jinder Mahal.
That too. I will say Jinder has really stepped his game up as of late.
Absolutely.
Like, he's shown that he can really, like, go if you let him. I just don't know that Randy Orton's the perfect person to put him in there with for a championship match.
Nope, just don't hinder Jinder.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I agree.
Because, let's face it, Randy Orton is very kind of lazy and not really giving a shit, you know? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, he might possibly have had the worst WrestleMania world title match in WrestleMania history.
Yeah, I forget which one that was.
I think we all burned it from our memory. The one with...
Yeah, I know.
God.
Which one?
The one with him and Wyatt. At this past year's Mania with the worms and everything on the...
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
I thought that was cool.
I like that part. I just meant like the match itself.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff was different. Wow, Lance is agreeing with you that he's really liked Jinder for some time.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with Jinder.
I saw his work before WWE, and it was good.
Did you know that I found video of his uncle fighting Chris Benoit in Calgary?
Uh-huh.
It's on YouTube. Jinder Mahal's uncle, the great whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Because his uncle was a pro wrestler in Calgary and actually wrestled in WWF for a short time.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to look this up now.
Yeah, I listened to him on Talker's Jericho. Like, Bad News Brown was like his second father.
Oh, wow.
He was the pallbearer. He was one of the ones who carried the coffin.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's been involved in wrestling his entire life. Or a very long time.
Maybe this is the guy. Let me see. Yeah, his real name, the guy you're referring to, is called...
Great Gamma.
Yeah, Gamma Singh.
Yeah, Great Gamma or Gamma Singh, yeah.
Yeah, he worked for Vince from 1980 to 1986.
Yes, I mean, he played the foreign bad guy, but yeah, you can find his matches on YouTube.
And it says here, this is interesting, that he only worked in Kuwait, Dubai, Oman, Australia, and Hawaii.
Outside of Calgary?
Yeah, when he worked for Vince, those were the only areas he wrestled in.
Huh.
But it's Wikipedia, so...
No, I mean, it's very... I mean, Wikipedia is pretty good at self-regulating bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I thought that was interesting.
Oh, Lance said him, the Great Gamma, and Merkin Sign, who was Bastion Booger. They had a match against Owen and Bruce Hart in Calgary.
That's cool. The Harts, I think, wrestled anybody who came anywhere near Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want to fly over Canada? Nope, you got to wrestle us. Here, we have a dungeon. Pick one of the 19 brothers. We have every weight class.
That's funny. I'd want to wrestle. If I had to pick, I would have wrestled Owen. He was probably the best out of all of them.
All right, so who was the worst? Because that's who I'd want to wrestle. Smith Hart.
Hey, you took the words right out of my mouth.
And his fucking name is Smith. Sorry, Canadians, I don't care. What the fuck? They just ran out of names? Let's just call him Smith. What's the most generic name we can think of? Smith.
Heel Rygal. Yeah, but that's true, because they had their, like, 2 baseball teams worth of kids.
Seriously, they had a whole entire Olympic wrestling team. Every weight class.
Yeah! That's wild, man. Oh, man, that's funny. But on that note, we're going to get out of here for tonight. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff. And we'll see you back next week. Have a good night, everybody.